So if you haven't caught a match yet this week, we're playing the Dash Rando that was designed by Kip, and it's totals major minor rando with a few differences. The big ones are that gravity will protect from half heat damage, so it makes Lore and Orpher Hell Run's a more viable option for people experienced enough to do it. Spazer will open the blocks at Waterway and Bottoon, and bombs will also open the speed block at the Wreckship Preserve, so you have more options for completing the seed and fewer hard gates. It's usually the better players can afford to skip, make more aggressive plays, try and skip more of the items. And you also have a starter charge beam that only does the damage of an uncharged shot, but it does charge type damage that will defeat bosses, so you have an underpowered version of it that will still allow you to beat the game without risk of soft-locking at Mother Brain. So it's your choice whether to try and search for more ammo, search for a real charge beam, or just go with what you have.
And we have Space Jump as the first item, so that will that'll ease getting to the other item over here, but also open up some good movement.
Yeah, it's going to be a good way for them to easily get across the moat to Wreckship if they choose to go that way. It's a bit awkward to use here without high jump because when you're out of water, you can't really spam it. You do have to fall a little bit to be able to get your second jump. We just have missiles so far for the minor items available here, so there's no option to go the left route towards Green Hills. So they will have to do the climb. And this also means we need one of the major items at Bomb Teresa, or one of the possible majors at Bomb Teresa will have to be one that lets them get through bomb blocks to be able to proceed. So basically that's going to be Screw Attack or Space Jump. Sorry, a Screw Attack Speed Booster or regular bombs. The start of it is weighted so that I believe regular bombs are the most likely. Speed and Screw are a little bit weighted against for the start item at BT here, just because they make they're very powerful items for early game, and we'd see less interesting seeds if we had them early all the time.
And Saffron being first to get there and finding bombs, which means that we will be seeing Bomb Teresa fights.
You don't get to see this fight all the time in Rando. It's mostly a staple of the vanilla speedrun, especially with just missiles. Saffron cleans it up really nicely. ShyGuy getting only health drops. That's actually really unlucky. Having to take a couple of extra rounds on it.
And we have Saffron checking 230 missiles, hopefully to find supers or power bombs there. And there's our first pack of power bombs.
I'm gonna check real quick to see if the info for the chances of the item to open a Brinstar is written anywhere.
Yeah, we have a Shy Guy going straight into Terminator, finding a reserve tank there. Saffron will be there in a little bit.
Okay, so bombs will be the progression item to Great Brinstar 30% of the time, approximately. I think this was a chance out of 13. Saffron killing the Kagos to refill his reserve, actually. And Shy Guy is a little bit ahead, not getting the power bombs from 230. I think actually they're kind of both. I think they actually both feel like the underdog in this race, because Shy Guy knows Saffron has better execution. Saffron knows that Shy Guy has a lot more experience with randos. But I think here Shy Guy skipped checking that miner. Oh, and we see a Varia suit. So he's going to be fine here since power bombs are available back here, but I think he took that risk because he wants to make up some of the execution time by skipping stuff.
And not just one power bomb pack, but two.
So having regular bombs and 15 power bombs is really comfy. You're probably just never going to run out, and even if you do, you won't get soft locked or probably won't get shut out of under checks.
And we have vanilla early supers finally providing some super missiles.
It's a bit rare for the randos based on totals to not have supers or power bombs available early. It can still happen, but it's rare for them to get you where you have to get it from a particular location. The Varia rando that we'll be using in the coming weeks does that more often because it more specifically weights one of them as a progression item.
And down below, toward where the animals are, we have an E-tank. So, now if that had been a more important item and there hadn't been those power bombs in early supers room, Shy Guy would not have had access to this.
Yeah, needed power bombs to get down here. It does bite you in rare cases. It's always scary when you can't check that item right away, and you know you might be in a situation where your opponent could. I think Saffron. Oh yeah, Saffron's power bombing the door to wave gate, which is going to check right now for a major. So with Varia showing up, we won't get to see the dash feature of gravity reducing half the heat damage, because with Varia, we'll have all the heat damage nullified. Now they're both doing the trick to glitch a super through the gate by accelerating it straight through.
That's a little bit tricky to do without high jump, but Saffron got that on the first attempt.
I think Saffron used the turnaround setup for it, which normalizes it. And Shy Guy didn't. I personally find that setup really awkward. But if you're like, if you were used to doing it, then it should work pretty much every time. Nothing but E-tanks and Varia so far. Varia to go down but no high jump to easily do the lava dive. I think Saffron has practiced the high jumpless lava dive, so he may be okay with going for that. But if you don't know it, then it's a bit of a risk. It can be a bit of a risk to go down if you end up having to double back to wreck ship to find high jump gravity. But with Varia, I think most players tend to get tempted into going down Red Tower.
And we saw Saffron make some use of pseudo screw. That still does full damage even with the starter charge beam, and so will special beam attacks if the runners get what they need to use those.
Yeah, special beam attacks are just they're just one other beam plus power bombs. And they get a lot more use in dash. I like what Saffron's doing here in checking X-ray, and gets rewarded with speed booster, which is a really good item, but with some of the dash changes to reduce the gating that speed booster causes, ShyGuy is going to be able to check correct ship preserve by bombing the block. So whatever that item is, he's not going to be walled out of not having speed here like you would in most randomizers. But I really do like the not early X-ray, because he had space jump for it, but even if you're going up to wreck ship, I still think it's a good idea to double back for that a little bit. Because, like, you never know, it could be something good that could put you in go mode in the middle of your wreck ship cleanup, and you may not have to end up doing all of it.
And we have Saffron being rewarded even more for going down with that gravity at Spazer.
Oh, this gravity, that's technically go mode for him. We still have a very, very bad weapon situation. It's currently a 900 shot Mother Brain with no beams at all and no charge, and he's only got 10 supers. But this is technically go mode. He has everything he needs to beat the game, so it's really up to him what he decides to check from here on out. So that's kind of bad for ShyGuy, possibly. The best thing for ShyGuy is if he found good weapons up tier like Plasma or Charge. That would really let him catch up a lot of the difference, because Saffron is unlikely to check anything that's super out of the way. Saffron will try and check the fastest majors that he can get on the way to Lord Orfair and Meridia. Try and get up that beam damage. ShyGuy with an okay start to Fantoon. Not a great Doppler. You can make it up in the subsequent rounds, but it might be tough for him to get a 3-round out of this. Saffron missing the great quick kill.
Yeah, that slightly early super hit is going to result in Kraid reaching full height. But Saffron has plenty of extra supers to finish Kraid off, so we'll be seeing the next major item. Charge Beam. Oh, that's... all that really does is increase the damage of charge shots to what they usually are, but that's still a very nice find.
Yeah. If you have a really weak beam, Plasma is actually the better thing to find in dash. It just bumps your damage straight up. Whereas Charge only lets you do 3 times the damage of your uncharged shot. So if your uncharged shot's already weak, like it is for him now, then It's not going to do much, but it'll be a pretty passable beam if he finds Spazer and a couple of the other ones. So Shy Guy really needs to find Plasma here, I think, to really have a chance. I expect Shy Guy to just full clear the wreck ship, though, because we know he's not going to find Gravity. Gravity would be the biggest thing that would make him just turn around and leave everything else behind. And actually, Shy Guy's been saying throughout the week that he's noticed that that in his practice seeds, wreck ship tends to be garbage, but in the matches that he's watched, that Sahasrabot has generated, wreck ship tends to be pretty stacked. Possibly a bit of a superstition thing, but I think that is part of his decision to go up here.
And meanwhile, we've had Saffron find Spring Ball at Ice Beam. Always nice to have the little bit of extra movement tech possible.
Spring Ball really doesn't do very much for them at this point. With Gravity and regular bombs, it's just not going to see very much use.
And Shy,
go ahead.
And Shy Guy has found ice at wreck ship E tanks, so that'll well, since Saffron can pretty much clear everything else out before going to the ship, I imagine Saffron will not be finding that. So that'll result in a difference in how the Metroid rooms go.
Yeah, that'll be the biggest time save of Ice Beam. Ice is the weakest upgrade to your beam damage, but it is good for those other purposes. As far as Shy Guy knows right now, Ice might be required to Ice Clip to get to Botwoon. So it's a progression item for him in that sense. He doesn't know that he'll be getting speed and or gravity. But with the items that we'll be getting, Ice is not going to be very useful for progression, just for damage in Metroids. I think that was Vanilla, the reserve tank.
Vanilla reserve tanks for the win.
I just realized Shy Guy picked up a reserve tank from somewhere. I know he hates those, so I'm wondering where that happened.
There was one in Terminator.
Oh yeah, okay, that's the one that you tend to faceplant.
And we have Saffron going directly into Lower Norfair.
Like, it's holding a charge to Pseudo Screw to avoid getting hit by the Namahe flames. That's actually not something that I see too often these days. So the one major that Shy Guy has remaining in wreck ship is at the gravity seat location. Saffron going to detour and check the screw attack spot. This usually gets skipped in Gobo, but his beam damage is so weak that it's worth it.
Very nice first try green gate glitch on the way to it, and nice item to find as well. That wave beam being there.
Yeah, it's possible ShyGuy doesn't get that, actually. It depends where Plasma is. ShyGuy might actually check Gauntlet at this point. This would be your best opportunity to do so. It can't be a suit. Alright, I guess he's not checking it. But it can't be a suit, because for most of the major minor randos they have a setting called suit restriction where the suits can't be in criteria because with how few locations there are in major minor, we'd see early suits pretty often, and that would just make a lot of the seats less interesting. So I actually wonder, like, he's got ice at Wreck Ship. I feel like ShyGuy is actually going to hope that ice is as required as possible. Because that's really the only advantage that he's going to be able to leverage from the Wreck Ship play.
Yeah, we have Catjammer, Saffron reaching the top of Amphitheater and heading over to Firefly, where there is Grapple. And on the way down from the wreck ship, ShyGuy has gone into X-Ray and found Speed Booster.
Yeah, I was wondering if ShyGuy would get the Speed Booster or not. Saffron checking the Firefly Major before the Ridley fight. I think you see that more often in Dash because Dash lends itself more to you being underpowered here. So, especially since it has a lower super count than the other randos, just to emphasize more interesting Ridley fights. So wanted to try and find another beam to up the damage for Ridley. He's got 20 max supers, which isn't too bad. That'll be 2/3 of Ridley's health. 30 missiles is equivalent to another 5 supers this fight. He's almost got that too.
And that set of beams means that it won't take that many shots for Saffron to make up the shortfall on what damage can be done with those supers.
Yeah. Still checking the major earlier was a good call though, because if it's plasma, then he would just be able to avoid having to farm for supers here at all. That would save a lot of time. I really doubt at this point though that there's going to be a location that ShyGuy ends up checking and would be able to find plasma that Saffron would not check. Because now ShyGuy's got gravity, speed, like that gravity also puts ShyGuy in go mode, technically. So now it's a bit of a metagame question for him whether he's going to be able to do anything to substantially catch up. It would have to be something like actually, did Saffron go straight to Lower Norfair? Did he check any of Upper Norfair? Or is it just
I don't think Saffron cleared out Bubble Mountain.
Okay, yeah.
So there could be some good things there for ShyGuy to get. Or Saffron could check some of those locations on the way out of Lower Norfair.
Yeah, that's the most efficient way to handle the Bubble Mountain checks, if you're able to get Lower Norfair done reasonably well. So I expect Saffron's just going to check those on the way out if he feels like it. I think there's a good chance that he checks those, looking for plasma or something. So, or really, that's it. So I just think it's really unlikely that ShyGuy finds plasma in a location where Saffron doesn't. The next best thing would be Crocomire, and doing Crocomire would be kind of slow so as to offset a lot of the advantage.
And while Saffron finishes off Ridley, Shy Guy has taken out Kraid and grabbed Charge Beam as the prize for that.
I think Saffron missed a few supers. It's been a bit of a rough fight for him. Gets it done. It's kind of hard to maneuver Ridley properly without high jump, especially if you got speed boost around to stunt your jump height.
And Ridley rewarding Saffron with X-Ray. Now I really hope that Plasma comes up somewhere that's conveniently on the way to the bosses of Meridia.
Yeah, with Charge and most of the rest of the beams, X-Ray is not... X-Ray wouldn't be super important for saving time in the bosses. It'd definitely make them easier, but if your plasma shots are powerful enough, you can usually do without them. And he has no guarantee of getting plasma. So I usually say that in Dash you want to pick up X-Ray way more often. This is one of the places where I think it could probably be skipped. Its main use is like if you don't have charge, or if there's some other reason that your plasma beam is really weak. Like plasma charge just by itself only does 450. That's still actually not all that much. And he's still going out of the way for more miners, so actually not sure if Saffron's made a decision to commit to like minors or majors one way or the other. Probably still gonna check a combination of both. High jump would also be another thing that would save time from his point of view. No, Saffron's not getting great key hunter manipulations with this this item set, and I don't think he's really had practice doing a new route style Lower Warfare. And Shy Guy hasn't either, so they'll both probably take the same hits from the key hunters.
And we have Shy Guy also opting to leave the Bubble Mountain Majors for later.
Get another super at the Three Musketeers missile.
Yeah, that was a little bit scary, but Saffron has reached the exit of Lower Warfare while Shy Guy enters.
I think the Kago farm Saffron did at the start of the game actually kind of pays off there. He ended up filling his reserve from that. So if he had taken a last hit here, he would have had enough to survive. Speaking of reserves, is that the last one? Is that all four of them
I
now?
think that's only 3 of them.
Okay.
Shy Guy used speed echoes to get through the pillars.
That was good. Yeah, that was good for him. I assume he space boosted through them. It's not faster than Sparking, but it does save health. The Worst Room was not so great for him. This item set is just really hard to deal with it. So Saffron is checking the wave and speed on the way out. I guess maybe we'll check the reserve as well. The reserve is a bit of a better check for the majors here because it's got 2 miners with it, whereas the other speed and wave only have 1 miner each. So it's more of an opportunity to get ammo. Saffron's Charge Wave Spazer will be without any ammo. It will be an 86 shot Mother Brain 2 fight. It'll be 60 for MST or ShyGuy. Actually, no, it won't. ShyGuy did not get wave from GT. I actually thought that. I was thinking he might have ended up skipping that. So yeah, he's not getting wave. Charge Wave Spazer is a worse beam combo than Charge Wave Spazer, so actually at a disadvantage. We'll make some time up from Metroids. But it's a 100 shot fight for ShyGuy. Unless they find Plasma.
And we have Saffron starting Meridia while ShyGuy finishes farming up for the Ridley fight.
Oh, do you remember where Grapple is? Because he's
Grapple was at Firefly.
Yeah.
ShyGuy
okay.
didn't check.
Yeah, Saffron checked that before going to Ridley. Farming there is pretty tough without Grapple. It didn't farm to full supers either, which is slower in his position. He really should have farmed to the full 20 supers, because his beam is just not good enough to supplement this.
And Saffron being rewarded with at least 1 pack of supers, if not 2. Well, only 1, for checking Aqueduct.
So ShyGuy is just going to wait for his Ridley to change color. Then I'll know that 15 supers will finish it from there. And Saffron did not go out of his way for the Mama Turtle major check. We'll see the bot tune major item up here, and I expect we'll see him check Dragons as well.
More vanilla tanks. Saffron also was very, very close to one cycling Batoon.
Oh, with supers, yeah, it's pretty tough to do. So he's going for high jump plus halfy here, which is very impressive that he got it. I will say it's not faster to do it if you have space jump. So while it's incredibly difficult to get a halfy without high jump, it's I don't know. I guess it's something you just do for the swag, but it's not faster.
And Shy Guy has beaten Ridley and has said no to X-Ray.
Yeah, this is a scene where I would have said no to X-Ray here. But although in his case, I think he really wants Plasma to show up. But he would need to do a diversion check for it to actually help him. I think Shy Guy's best bet at this point is to hope that Saffron also went up to wreck ship. That's probably the main thing he would bank on. Because he's not really doing any crazy plays to try and make time up.
And there goes Dragon, and looks like Saffron is going to see what is at Space Jump. There's our 4th reserve tank.
Okay. So he chose to do that fight with Shine Sparks, like he would in most categories. Did have the grapple for a backup, and I think it would have been faster with the amount of rounds that he took. But optimally, Shine Sparking is faster if you get it to go really well. Shy Guy's doing some minor checks to supplement ammo. I expect he'll find the super here. He's in a worse position than Saffron was. Oh, actually not finding the super. He's in a really bad spot right now. He's choosing to bail. One thing that Shy Guy could have done would have been a bit better was actually to leave like a single-digit amount of energy in the reserve to be able to take one extra hit. But he's just gonna double back out of here and spam his beam at the key hunters to kill them, which is very slow. They have a lot of HP. Luckily, he has Spazer as part of his beam combo. Oh, he made a run for it, but didn't quite get past the key hunter safely, so he's going to kill it now. It's a good thing he has Spazer though, because most of the Spazerless beam combos, most of the beam combos that don't have Spazer or Plasma only do half damage to key hunters. And he needs to not get hit again by things down here. The Alcoons and the Multiviolas do 12 damage with gravity. He also needs to not land on a spike. Unfortunately, that's a reserve take. Does not give him a refill. Going to farm the cargo bugs while Saffron has gotten all the way over to Fantoon. Saffron gonna get his last boss for opening up Tyrian. The issue Shy Guy had with the Keeners there actually might have been a good time to check the miner there. Those supers could have come in handy for killing them faster. And it looks like we're probably not going to find a plasma beam on either runner's side. Saffron finishing off Fantoon. I don't really expect him to check anything here. "30 supers is okay. Like, it'll take off once you get Mother Brain 1 out of the way. What you'll have left will be good for taking out about a third of MB2's health. Oh, he's power bombing this. Okay, so he's gonna check right side super.
I had a feeling we might at least see a check of this item just in case it would be plasma.
Yeah, or ice. High jump wouldn't help that much at this point. I guess it would allow him to baby skip. I think Saffron actually learned baby skip because he played one hack that kills you if you don't do the baby skip.
And Saffron deciding to just go right to Torian. And we have Shy Guy. We have Shy Guy also finding the supers that are in Aqueduct.
Yeah, so he's just down the Three Musketeers super. It's possible Saffron could check Gauntlet, but I doubt it. Is going to stop at the ship to refill supers. Make sure he has as many as possible for Mother Brain. And is not going to check Gauntlet. Gauntlet has another major and 2 minors at the back. But there's no guarantee that those 2 minors are missiles of any kind.
And there goes Platoon for Shy Guy. Well, Saffron is just about to reach the entrance to Torian.
I expect Shy Guy is going to grapple kill Dragon. So I'll see that as the more obvious, comfortable option than doing Shine Sparks. Saffron not having Ice Beam is going to have to power bomb all these Metroids. It takes 2.5 power bombs, technically, to kill each Metroid.
Saffron with that early pre-hit on all of the Metroids with that first power bomb. So that they all are there for the second and third power bombs.
Yeah, power bombs can actually, if they hit on-screen enemies in a certain way, they can actually aggro and also hit enemies that are off-screen. I'm still actually not really sure how this works. I just looked at the low percent speed runs for some good spots to lay the power bombs to try to get that to happen. Shy Guy is chasing after Dragon with the beam shots. Not using grapple for some reason. Maybe he thinks his health is too low. It only takes about 50 shock damage to get the kill with gravity, and that's from Dragon being at full health. Well, Dragon had almost no HP left. Probably under 500 at that point.
And now we have Saffron past the baby Metroid, refilling to go after Mother Brain.
ShyGuy's getting this E-Tank on the way out. That's a neat idea, actually. Oh, nice speed Zepitate skip.
Very nice.
That requires a pretty tough short charge with the speed booster. And that works because the tile at the intersection of the cross that's underneath the Zepatite is actually a slope tile, so it's able to suck you into it if you try and sprick it diagonally. You can end up inside the Zepatite enemy.
And we have Saffron opting to save 15 supers for when catch-up phase starts. That is the number that will be needed to defeat Mother Brain 2 from that point. And using charge shots to get the rest of the way there.
15 supers tends to be the magic number. It varies a lot in runner preference, whether people save the supers for the catch-up phase or use them immediately. Like, personally, I have more trouble dodging the phase 1 attacks. But using the supers later also makes it easier to count shots. So, MBT phase over. Saffron not worrying about stand-up, just damaging down to 300 to get down to below 100 with a single rainbow. Stand-up glitch not going to save very much time with just charge wave spacer.
And we have ShyGuy now entering Torian after opting to skip ship refill, so hopefully the Metroids will be generous with super drops.
Oh, yeah. That's not a good play. Sorry. Not with this beam combo. This MBT fight's gonna take significantly longer for him. And he's needing to be more careful in the Metroid rooms, because I assume he's aware of the ammo situation. With how slow he's taking it, it looks like he's actually trying to be really careful about getting enough super drops. So maybe he just forgot to do the ship refill, but I think he should know that it was the better play to take it. Wow, he froze the Rinka instead of the Metroids in room 4. Rinka just got in the way. That's what happens when you don't have plasma. It doesn't pierce the enemies. Sometimes you can actually get the... if your Metroids aren't like completely overlapping in their stack, you can freeze one and not the other.
Yeah, Saffron takes out Mother Brain 3 while Shy Guy deals with the baby Metroid.
Yeah, so it looks like Saffron's going to get a low 51 minute time out of this escape. Shy Guy's gonna get a fairly decent time out of this too. It's really just the difference between going up and down Red Tower. Going down was just much faster because nothing in the red ship was really required at all. And Saffron had the better execution. Also ended up dealing with stuff like the key hitters getting into Lore Warfare better, so. Shy Guy kind of needed this to go the other way around.
Saffron finishing first with an official SRL time of 51 minutes and 17 seconds. GG. Shy Guy is now on Mother Brain
2. Yeah, like you said, gonna be a longer fight for him. Really no ammo to supplement, so it's gonna be close to the true 100 shots. Alright, then we've got Saffron in here. GG's, congratulations.
Thank you.
GG.
The only notable thing I have to say about this run, first try speeds up skip really nice.
Yeah, that's really nice. That's really difficult to do. Even if you know how to do it, it can be easy to spend several tries on it. Yeah.
I instead of doing like audio and like rhythm like I usually do, I did visual this time, and it actually works way better for me. So got me. Where's MST right now?
He's on MB2. He's got a bit of a longer fight because he did get ice from the direct ship, but he didn't get wave from Gold Teresa.
Yeah, I kind of expected that.
He also didn't ship refill, which which I had to call out because it's something you should do on this equipment. But yeah, this was a big part of this was decided by the up versus down. It was just.
He went up?
Yeah, he went. Yeah, he went up.
Why?
Because so I talked about this during the race, but like he's been saying all week that he's noticed that every restream seed, every seed rolled by Sohaus Robot just has a stacked red chip.
That was really fun. That was nice.
And in the credit readout, we see the plasma turned out to be vanilla.
Oh yeah, nobody's getting that. not with how free the other item is in the seed.
I spent like 5 minutes looking for plasma or baby ice. Just never found it.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to decide when you hit technical go mode that early. It's hard to decide what's worth checking out, what's not.
Yeah, cause like how early was it? Like as soon as I got gravity, I think I had it because I had gotten speed at X-ray already. So like getting it going immediately down tower was just like, okay, I need to get plasma now. So I was checking all the major locations, maybe some miners to find supers because that would help. But no luck.
Yeah, once we saw the gravity show up for you, we knew MST his best chance of getting back into the race is pretty much finding a plasma eruption that you weren't going to. So it was, but like the go mode for the scene is really like you weren't hard gated out of anything at all.
Yeah.
I think you were both nervous going into this and both like thinking that you had a disadvantage for different reasons. I think.
Yeah, I wasn't too nervous. I know MST was because he was constantly talking about like, oh, don't go easy on me, and I'm old man.
I pointed out that you're newer to Randos and he's been playing them for years. Because you mostly just play hacks.
Yep. Make those good choices.
But he also plays a lot of hacks, but yeah, your first Rando event was the SM Rat Season 3.
Yeah, so pretty recent. Dabbled in it casually, but nothing serious.
So who's next up for your team? I think that's that's Guy Average and Stump here, right?
I'm excited to see Guy racing. He always puts on that show. And there it is.
So ShyGuy's just about to finish up. Finishes with an SRL time of 57:19. So a 6-minute difference.
GG.
GG's. So I think this is actually 3-0 for Cat Jammer so far and 0-3 for Green Boomerang Fan Club. Because Saffron, I think you guys won your first two in multi-world.
Yeah. So we should be 3-0 right now.
So the next race, the second dash race for this team, is going to be tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, first race of the day. So be sure to catch that.
I feel like that race is going to be a good one.
Still seeing if ShyGuy wants to join us. He's not responded yet. I'm not quite sure if he got if he
He's
got the
literally
invite.
sitting in his own server right now. I don't know why.
Oh, yes, he is. Wow, bad.
That's him.
It's interviewing with the wrong people. Okay, well, I think I may just go ahead and assume that he's not going to join us.
Yeah, it seems like it. Safe assumption. He quits.
So, remember to follow the runners if you liked what you saw, and also thanks to our tracker Eden8, which is short for Eden8.